hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. I definitely did, and now we are moving on to the next holiday, which is New Year's. And so, of course, I wanted to showcase everything that Trader Joe's offers that is perfect for New Year's Eve. If you guys are having a big party, if you're just having a couple friends over, or if you're just staying in and having like a nice night in with your significant other, with your pets, with yourself, and some YouTube, then I am going to show you guys everything for everyone. I'm just gonna state it right now. Everything that I'm showing is definitely not healthy, but we are nearing the end of the holiday season, so I feel like it's just one last hurrah before everyone jumps back on those New Year's resolutions and buys all their healthy food items. I also have a few fun brand new items that just showed up at Trader Joe's, so stay tuned to the very end if you guys want to see all of the new products that have come in. Let's go ahead and jump into the haul. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the champagne because, of course, on New Year's, you celebrate by toasting with a glass of champagne or Prosecco or sparkling cider, whatever your drink of choice is. The first sparkling wine I'm showing you here is the Almond Creek almond flavored sparkling wine. And this is because I feel like this screams New Year's. Everybody loves buying this during New Year's. So many customers have bought this already, and it's just a really fun champagne. It does taste like almond. It's a little sweeter. Not my favorite, but I know so many people love this. And then the next one is one I have not tried myself, but tons of my coworkers recommended it. They said it is better than a lot of the wineries that have rosé champagne. And this is a product of Italy. It's called the Vino Spumante Rosé from Cecilia B. And it's just a really beautiful bottle. And I thought it was a little bit more festive and fun for New Year's. And then of course, Trader Joe's sells so many different classics of champagnes and Prosecco. So you guys have tons of choices for that. The next beverage choice that I picked up was this ginger brew. This is a seasonal item. It's not at Trader Joe's for very long, but of all the ginger brews that I've had, this is by far the best because it is a triple ginger brew. So it's extremely gingery, which I love, especially if you're making Moscow mules, which is just vodka, lemon, or lime, depending on what you like, but I think lemon is the typical, and ginger brew beer. This is great on its own though, so you don't have to make a mule with it. It also is really good for upset stomachs. So for those of you that are feeling a little rough around the edges the next day on New Year's Day, this would probably be a really good drink to sip and get your tummy settled. So I wanted to share with you guys these as well. This is the Amarena cherries with stems, and they are pitted. First of all, let's just talk about the packaging. How cute is this? Very cute. And second of all, these are great for drinks. So if you guys want to make your drinks look more festive, you can always just put some cherries on a toothpick or whatever kind of pick you have and put them in your drinks. I think a lot of people use these in martinis, but I think you could pretty much put them in any drink and it just makes it look more beautiful. Okay. Here are all of the frozen things that I picked up, and I'm gonna start with pizzas. I got a bunch of different frozen pizzas because I know a lot of times on New Year's Eve, you just want something simple, something that you can just, everybody can enjoy. So here are my top 4 favorite Trader Joe's pizzas. This one is the organic spinach and ricotta pizza. It's a great size for like 2 to 3 people, depending on how hungry you are. But you can pick up multiples of these pizzas and put them out kind of as an appetizer / dinner, and I think it will go over very well. So this is a great one. Another of my favorites is this organic pesto pizza, and it has tomatoes and broccoli on it. So these are a little bit more of like the healthier style of pizzas. Obviously pizza's not healthy, but if you're gonna go for something that's has a lot of flavor but also has some veggies, I say these are 2 of the best by far. The next one is also one of my all-time favorites because the flavors in this pizza are so magical. Like they just all meld so well, and it's just packed with tons of flavor. So if you guys like a lot of veggies on your pizza, I highly recommend this one. All these pizzas are so easy to make, so there's no excuse not to have something simple for your guests if you are hosting. And the last one is the Brie Pizza, which I absolutely love. This is a French thin crust pizza with brie and tomatoes on it. And I will say this is extremely thin. Make sure you cook it all the way. There are countless times when I pulled it out of the oven, maybe like 1 minute too early, and when you cut it, it's very floppy. So you have to be kind of careful because the tomatoes do make this pizza somewhat wet, and the brie is it's kind of heavy because they do chunks of it. It's so delicious though. So just make sure you're cooking it all the way. The crust kind of tends to get a little light brown when you know it's ready, but it's one of my favorites. Moving on to some appetizers now. So this appetizer here is the Tempura Shrimp, and it has the soy dipping sauce. So my husband loves shrimp, anything, so I picked up a couple shrimp appetizers. These are farm-raised shrimp, and they are ready to just pop into the oven, and I like that it has a dipping sauce in it because we don't have soy sauce in the house. I only use coconut aminos, and my husband likes soy sauce, so it is nice that it has that extra little sauce in there. Another shrimp classic favorite is the coconut shrimp, and this one you just do the same thing, you bake and serve it. So there's two options for Tim to enjoy, and he's probably gonna cook both of them and eat them all on New Year's Eve. The next one is a classic, which are the Pastry Bites. These are so phenomenal. I love eating these as a meal, but as an appetizer, everybody just devours them. They're so great. They have feta and caramelized onions in them, and they're super easy to make. They come in a little tray, and you literally just put the tray on a baking dish and you pop them into the oven, and you're ready to go. So it's really a simple, very simple, but amazingly delicious appetizer. The next appetizer here is the vegetable bird's nest, and I know I've hauled these so many times before, but these are actually a staple in our freezer. I had to share them with you because these are such a delicious meal, and I say meal even though they are typically an appetizer because I will sit down and eat half of these as a meal, and I'm so satisfied. They're so good, and I've been using them in my air fryer, and they just turn out like phenomenally. So highly recommend. Another favorite classic that I have not bought in, I would say, a couple years, but they're so good. Breaded mozzarella cheese sticks. I mean, need I say more? Everybody, people that eat cheese and that like breaded things, the combination is, well, it's perfect. And then the last thing I picked up are these dolmas, and so many of you guys told me in the past to try these, and so I did put these in my, I think it was the under $2 haul, and I tried them, and guys, I'm not joking, these are one of my favorites. I was shocked how good they are because I thought maybe coming from a can, they're not gonna be as delicious, but they are so good. So if you wanna include these on maybe like a cold plate, you can put some dolmas, some hummus, some Mediterranean flatbread, maybe a little arugula on the side, and some feta cheese. I personally think these are fantastic. They're so easy to open, and they're just my favorite. And for those of you that don't know what dolmas are, because I've got this question quite often, they are actually a rice mixture, and it is wrapped in a grape leaf. Okay, moving on. I'm going to be doing a charcuterie board this year. So I got advice from some of my coworkers because, as you guys know, I am vegetarian, so I needed help. I haven't had meat in over 15 years, so I didn't know which one was good, but this one seemed to be the favorite at my Trader Joe's. So this is the Spanish deli selection meats, and it has a Spanish salami, it has a dry cured ham, and then it has a chorizo. I guess it looks kind of like a salami too. And another essential I feel like is this cheese tray. It does all the work for you. You really just have to peel off this wrapper and like put it out, and then you're done. So on my charcuterie board, I am probably gonna take the cheese off of these and put it on a board so it looks really pretty. But if you don't care, and if you're just hanging out with friends and neighbors or whatever, then who cares? Just put it out like this. Another cheese that I got was this Toscano cheese black pepper. This is a Trader Joe's like must have, must try. Everybody I know that has tried this cheese absolutely loves it. This cheese gets ordered at a much higher volume than any other cheese that Trader Joe's sells, so that gives you guys a good indication of how well it sells. It is really fabulous with any type of wine, sparkling wine, anything. It goes with everything, and I think that's why it's such a like crowd pleaser, because everybody loves this cheese. It is a little bit more firm, and it has this black pepper rind which you can eat, and it just gives it a delicious flavor. Of course, the crackers I chose are these savory thin crackers, something I show probably every other haul because I'm obsessed. I just love these crackers so much, and they really go with any cheese. I also like using bread as well, so like a baguette I'll cut thinly and use that for cheese, and it's so good. Bread and cheese is just amazing. And then I also got this pub cheese. So there are 3 flavors that Trader Joe's carries. There's the cheddar with jalapeno, which is the one I picked up. There's just a sharp cheddar one, and then a horseradish. This one is by far my favorite. It's not overly spicy. My 2-year-old could eat this and he would be fine. There are some big chunks of jalapeno in there, so if you guys just want to avoid the big chunks, you can. But what I love about this cheese is that it's super versatile. It's a very creamy cheese. You can use it as a dip for your chips, but you can also heat it up and it turns into like a melted cheese. And a recipe that Trader Joe's has made for years, like during Super Bowl, is adding beans to this. You can do black beans, you can really do any bean that you like. But once you mix the beans into it, it really gives it a like almost like a chili consistency, but it's like chili cheese. So you can put it on your hot dogs, you can use it as a dip again, or really whatever you want. It's a very versatile dip, and it's a great recipe to make if you just want something quick and easy. And then I would recommend keeping it in like a small crock pot just to keep it warm, because once it starts to cool, it does start to solidify again. So keeping it warm is key if you want it to be a liquidy texture. I also wanted to get a couple dips. So I got this artichoke and jalapeno dip. This is probably one of the most favored dips that Trader Joe's sells. Costco sells one too, and it's in a bigger tub, which I appreciate, but sometimes if it's just a small gathering, I don't want to buy a huge tub of that because it goes to waste. So I like that Trader Joe's has it in this one, and this is just a really great dip. It has huge chunks of artichoke, which I love, and a bunch of chunks of jalapeno too, but the artichoke is really what I love about this, and the jalapeno just accentuates the flavors. These are the rich cut potato chips, and they're salt and pepper flavored. So bomb. These chips are super thick, so they hold up to probably any dip you're willing to dip it into. I'm not kidding, they're like so thick. But the flavor is really great. You guys can tell the theme. I'm really into pepper flavor right now. So these chips are fun if you guys like pepper on everything, like my dad. He puts pepper on everything. These are very flavorful, and it doesn't make it spicy at all. It just gives it a really yummy peppery flavor. So I love these. They're in a big bag. They will feed several people, and like I said, they hold up to any dip that you choose to put out, and that's why I really love these. I'm gonna move on to some of the drinks now that I feel would be great for mixing to make other drinks. And of course, if you guys don't drink alcohol, then these are great on their own as well. But I chose to pick things that were a little on the low calorie. I prefer my drinks to be on the lighter side, just so that I don't have like a headache in the morning, because too much sugar can give you a really bad headache. So I picked up the rhubarb and strawberry soda. This is probably, aside from the pineapple juice, the highest in sugar content, but it's still very light. So I love this soda on its own, but it is great to mix in any type of drink that you like. I prefer vodka, but I think this would actually be delicious with gin as well because of that rhubarb flavor. Of course, the classic pineapple juice in a can. I love these because they're great to just like add a little splash to a drink. If you don't want to make a huge drink with pineapple, of course, pineapple and rum is delicious, so you could do that too. But I like to use these as floaters. So I could do, you know, maybe the blood orange, an orange juice, and do like a floater of the pineapple on top, and it just gives it a little extra something, just really good. So of course, the seltzer water is in my favorite flavor, which is blood orange and orange juice. I've showed this one as well in a previous haul, but I really like this one. It has a great flavor. And then lastly, I picked up the Spindrift sparkling water, and this is in the blackberry flavor. Trader Joe's is selling quite a lot of flavors of the Spindrift, and I've heard that they have the best price point for them. So if you guys go, there are like, there's grapefruit, there's raspberry lime, there's so many different flavors. So if this isn't your jam, then like definitely check out the other ones. No sugar at all, only 13 calories per can. Like you really can't go wrong. It has very good stats on the back. The last thing in the drink section that I grabbed was the Synergy Kombucha in the flavor Trilogy. This is one of the more popular flavors. I am just really getting into kombucha, and I'm starting to just buy one every time I shop at Trader Joe's. What I've heard though is that kombucha is great for the next day after drinking. It really helps restore your gut. It helps just make you feel better. So I recommend trying it out. Hopefully it helps, but I'm gonna be trying this New Year's Day and seeing how it makes me feel. Hopefully it'll give me energy and just make me not feel bogged down after a night of drinking champagne. I forgot to mention this with my charcuterie board, but of course I need to include pickles, and there are really good charcuterie olives that Trader Joe's sells right now, but there's still pits in them, and I didn't want to buy those because my son, who is 2, loves olives, and it just scared me to think if he grabbed one and bit into it and like chipped a tooth or swallowed the pit and choked, like no. So I went with these pickles instead, and who doesn't like pickles? Well, a lot of people don't like pickles, but I do. I love pickles, and I feel like they're just a really great addition to any cheese board. I also grabbed the classic olive oil potato chips because they're my favorite and they go with every dip as well. Then I grabbed this harvest chili. This is my absolute favorite soup that Trader Joe's sells. This has been something that I've been buying since it came out, and I just have one in my fridge at all times because it's so delicious. This is a vegan soup, and I feel like on New Year's Eve, if you're just home alone by yourself, or you are, you know, sharing your night just with your significant other or your roommate, whatever it is, this soup is like the perfect combination with the sourdough bread. So I was thinking about maybe cutting it in half and making like a soup bowl and having this for New Year's Eve, curled up on the couch, watching Ryan Seacrest do the countdown, and just having like a nice warm bowl of chili with sourdough bread. Like how, that just sounds so amazing. Like I wanna eat that right now. So I just wanted to include something for everybody, and I highly, highly recommend this harvest chili if you guys haven't tried it. It's extremely hearty, it is very thick, and it just, the flavors are awesome. And then of course I showed you guys this a couple times now, but this is just the sourdough batard bread, and they are coming in this new packaging now, but I love this because you can freeze it too. So if you don't want to eat this whole loaf, or if you don't have someone to share it with, cut it in half or however big you want, and then freeze the rest because it does hold up very well in the freezer. In fact, they come in frozen, so refreezing is completely fine. The last things now are the new items. So let's go ahead and start off with these rolled corn tortilla chips in the chili and lime flavor. I have never seen a new product fly off the shelf so fast. And I'm not even talking about customers, I'm talking about employees. Like literally, these came into our store and they were gone by the employees buying them all. And ever since my store has been carrying these, like I see my coworkers buying like 2 or 3 bags every time. It's so funny. I cannot wait to try them. I haven't opened them yet because I wanted to show you guys the packaging. I love this bright pink color with this lime green. It shouts summer to me, but I just think that they're gonna be amazing considering how many people are already in love with it. I have very high hopes for this. The next thing is this Avocado Totsiki Dip. This dip includes Greek yogurt with avocado, diced cucumber, and a hint of jalapeno pepper. Guys, I tried this, and let me just say, this is so good. It is extremely creamy. Show you guys the side. Very, very creamy. The jalapeno, I don't really get much of a heat from. I think it just enhances the flavor of the dip. But you definitely can taste the cucumber, the coolness of the cucumber, and the creaminess of the avocado. It is So good. I'm gonna be buying tons of this because I'm sure it will sell out very quickly. But so far, everybody that has tried it, all of my friends and coworkers who have tried this, all have absolutely loved it and are like literally in love. So I would highly recommend this. Unfortunately, it is not vegan. There is milk in this. Just be aware, if you guys can't have dairy or choose not to have dairy, don't pick this up. But having said that, of course, I have something for you vegans because, hello, I love vegans, and this is brand new organic creamy cashew Fiesta dip. I think this is gonna be a big hit. I haven't tried this again, but this is supposed to be like a cheese dip. So you can see it looks like cheese, and it's made with cashews, and a lot of vegans use cashews to make cheese, and it turns out so yummy. But I think this is something that is going to be sticking around at Trader Joe's for quite some time. I highly recommend trying it, especially if you have any type of allergies, or if you are vegan, definitely pick this up. The next item that is new is the spicy Thai eggplant with Thai basil. This looks so good. Coming back from Thailand, I am definitely missing all of the delicious Thai food. So I'm loving that Trader Joe's is bringing out more and more Thai food, and they make it so simple. This is just a frozen thing. You can heat it up in the microwave, take it to work. It's just so easy, but it looks very delicious. It almost looks like a soup. This is the newest spice to Trader Joe's entourage of spices, and this is Mushroom & Company. It is a multi-purpose umami seasoning blend, and apparently this actually is good on everything. As the label says, it's a Japanese word for savory taste. It is one of the 5 basic tastes, along with sweet, sour, bitter, and salty. It says use a sprinkle of mushroom and co to add a boost of savory flavor to just about any dish. So I'm looking forward to trying this. What I've heard is it's really good on meat, but you can also use it on veggies. So it sounds super versatile, and it's interesting. Very interesting. I've never seen this seasoning in any store before, so I can't wait to try it. The newest body care item that has come in is the hand sanitizer and spray, and it is a grapefruit and lemon flavor. Okay, I'm gonna spray it and test it. Oh my gosh. That smells actually really good. It says it kills 99.9% of germs, and yes, there is alcohol in that. So be aware, you guys, there's 74% alcohol. So it is a sanitizer. It's not like a non-alcohol sanitizer. It does say keep out of reach of children, but I love the idea of being a spray because you can just throw this in your purse, and if you need to just have a quick little sanitizing session, you can just spray it and be done with it, and it does dry really fast. There's no sticky residue, so I definitely am going to be putting this in my bag because I have a small toddler. So that is that. Here is the haul for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Well, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the last haul that I am showing you for the year. I hope you all have a very fun and safe New Year's Eve and day, of course. I will be doing a haul probably the first week of January, and it's gonna be all of my favorite things. Everything that I cannot live without from Trader Joe's. So if you guys are interested in that video, please subscribe to my channel. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video next year. Bye.